Good evening. Hi. I'm just gonna get set up, which means I'll turn on my light and check how good it is. Oh, it looks green. I think it's because of the sun. There's the sun setting coming through there, but I think that will do. I think we'll just cope with that. Okay, cool. Welcome back to my Sunday evening live, and I'm Jules. I'm a Thermomix consultant and team leader for Tauranga, and I realised I haven't done an intro before. I just kind of roll with it, which is kind of my style. I just get in and get it done. This series that I'm doing on Facebook Lives is all about utilising your Varoma. So if you've got a Thermomix, we want you to be using this Varoma because you maximize the potential of the Thermomix, and in doing that it means that you can cook way more food because you can use this as a steaming component while you're cooking in the bowl, or you can just use it to steam with, and a lot of people just forget about it and don't use it. And yeah, I think once you get into the habit of using it and you find recipes with it, you should just use it as much as you possibly can, because it is a really great tool and there's lots of varied recipes you can do. So we've done quite a few. You can go back and watch the replays if you like. But tonight we're going to be doing chorizo and potato stew. Now that it's autumn, it's cooling down, and this kind of food is amazing at this time of year. Very comforting. So let's tap into it. I'll schedule it into my week. And checking my bowls clean. I've done that before. I used it and it hasn't been clean. Okay, so it is a 15-minute prep recipe, 40 minutes all up. So that is 25 minutes of hands-off time, which is great. It is for 6 portions, and I am going to adapt this recipe a little bit. So just to make it work for us, and I love that about Thermomix, you can adapt all the recipes. So what we're going to do is check. The first ingredients is we need to pop in pork mince and the seasoning. I don't have pork mince, I've got chicken and just chicken breast, so I'm just going to get it out of the fridge. I've cut it into like thirds, and what I'm actually going to do is, because I don't have any chicken mince, I'm just going to hop over to the blades icon, which is our modes page, and you can see all our modes are here, but if I scroll down, there's going to be a poultry button in this preset page, which is incredible, and I love that they keep adding to this as well. So I'm going to tap on poultry, and it has the option to mince or steam. So I'm actually going to mince the chicken. The recipe called for 500 grams, so I'm just going to tap that. And I am going to, it's already tiered to 0. So I'm going to pop that in. I needed 500 grams. And I am going to just tick it. And then it's got the preset of the speed and time that I need to mince this chicken. So I'm just going to push play. What I realized is I could have put the seasonings in with this, so I didn't do that. Whoops. But normally if I was concentrating, I would put the seasonings in at the same time. Save me a step. So that here is chicken mince, all minced up for me. It's pretty amazing in 6 seconds. I'm just going to exit out of the manual mode and jump back into the recipe, so I can just keep exiting out, or I can tap the bar at the top there. Oh, okay, I didn't start the recipe, that's why it's not there. Normally you'd find your recipe here if I had pushed start. So let's go home, and I'm going to push start now. So I've got my mince in there, I'm just going to take it off, and I'm going to pop in some paprika. So, 1 tablespoon. So 1 teaspoon of ground cumin. If you don't have ground cumin, you could always grind up the seeds if you have the seeds. So we've got onion powder and garlic powder. So to keep track, you can just manually tap off what you've already added in, especially if you get distracted. And I mentioned this on my other live, is if you have onion and garlic powder, keep it in the fridge in a jar and it keeps from seizing up and going solid. I used to have this in the pantry and then I started just keeping it in the fridge, and it's so much easier to handle. It's amazing. And I just buy mine from the Indian supermarket because it's quite expensive at the normal supermarket. So I've got cayenne pepper, so I'm just going to add like a little pinch-ish. Okay, next, it's going to mix it for 3 seconds. Not even enough time to put these away. Okay, next. So now, you can see it smells amazing, but it's all mixed in there, and you will be rolling this out into, I will be rolling it out into meatballs. So the recipe does say to rinse out the bowl and clean it and stuff, but I'm just going to do that, put it aside and do that later. Because I've got another bowl, which is the handiness of having 2 bowls, so we can just keep going. And then I can roll that out while we're doing another portion of the recipe. Okay, so clean and dry the mixing bowl. So this is where I'm going to add in my garlic, which I have peeled, so it's just 2 whole cloves and some onion quartered. And Thermomix is going to chop it up for me so I don't have to do that work. So that is how good it looks, chopped up. Like, it just doesn't get old. Like, I don't know how much time I used to spend chopping and crying. So we need another spatula over onions and garlic. And then obviously I'd have a garlic press as well, so I would be having to clean that. And no, I don't have to worry. Okay, I might be doing a bit of crying, but not as bad. So we're going to need 20 grams of olive oil. Oops, a little bit over. And that is going to cook off. So that is super easy. 5 minutes is going to saute on 100 degrees. The speed is speed 1, so pretty slow, and that gives me a chance to start rolling the meatballs. Yeah, if you're on tonight, I'd love to know where you are watching from. If you've made this dish before, if you've been using your Varoma this week, I want to hear all of it, and I want to know if you've got any questions, happy to answer. I'll come around and check on my phone as we go along. But yeah, this portion of hands-free cooking is so good, especially to save time. So I think you save, a bit of time by doing this step at this part of the recipe instead of doing it and then continuing on. And I could probably put this bowl on a pre-clean on my other machine, but I'm not sure how noisy it will be. So I'm going to dampen my hands and just start rolling these out into meatballs, but it said 12, I think it said 12. I'm not a big chunky meatball girl, so I'm just going to do them in little-ish portions. And hope for the best. But funny story, I was just weeding out the back of the house because I haven't done it in a while, and I saw like a leak under the house, and I was like, oh, that's a bit weird. So my husband had turned off the water to check it, and I was like, oh, what if we don't have any water for the live? And I was like trying to get it as organized as I could just in case I need water, but you just take it for granted. So I had like an ice cream container with water, and I thought, okay, if it's not back on, I'll like get the boiling water from the coffee machine and put it with this cold water so I can wash my hands after doing this part of the recipe. But lucky, he got it sorted pretty quickly, and it's all good now. But yeah, being without water and power is a bit of a shock to the system, eh? And I'd never thought you could make like a chorizo type dish. Like I thought you'd have to like buy chorizo sausage and then like take it out of the casing and make the meatballs. But this is quite interesting. Like I think this flavouring could be quite good to be to use for other recipes. Okay, so I've got 1 minute. I'm like dying to like see if anyone's on, see if anyone's got any questions, because I can't see anything. But this weather at the moment is so nice, so nice. Like I just love it when it's crisp and clear blue skies. Has anyone got any amazing plans for the long weekend? It's kind of strange to have Monday off, isn't it? And has anyone done any Anzac baking? I have got a Facebook group called Bay of Plenty Thermomix group. If you're not on it, you're welcome to join. You don't have to be from the area. I just set it up to nurture the customers in the area, or people that own a Thermomix in the area, but anyone can join. And I shared a link to some really cool Anzac style recipes on the recipe community. No, I was quite impressed. So on Cookidoo there's Anzac slice and Anzac biscuits, but on the recipe community there was like Anzac cheesecake, Anzac porridge, there was Anzac muffins, Anzac cake, and I was like, wow, this is amazing. I love how people get so creative. Right, meatballs done, onions are sauteed. I want to show you what that looks like. So let's open that up. It's nice and translucent and all cooked down. Smells good. So we're going to add in our water. I'm just going to tear that back to 0. And we'll go to 400 mils. A bit over. Okay. Tomato paste. So I know I don't have enough, but it's just going to have to work. Thought I had an abundance, but I didn't. And then I was at the supermarket today and I couldn't see it at this supermarket I'm not familiar with. Yeah, I don't have enough. So I think I'm just going to make do instead of adding anything else in it. And meat stock paste. So I don't have have meat stock paste either, but I'm just going to use my veggie stock paste. And I know it's still going to be tasty. There is a recipe on on Cookidoo for meat stock paste if you want to make it yourself. Worth trying out. Okay, so now we're going to insert the simmering basket. Okay, I've got my simmering basket here, but I actually had my cannellini beans draining. So I'm just going to put that in a bowl. And we're going to pop the meatballs into the simmering basket. Can you tell I haven't done this recipe before? Okay, and now we're going to pop the varoma on. So we just have the lid on without the lid cap. Varoma. And this is where we're going to get to the portion where I haven't prepared the potato yet. Right, potato, peeled. Sorry, I should have done this. I could have done it in the peeler. Hey, that could have like shown that portion. Next time I'll have to be organised to show off more than one function. Right, that is the potato. So it says cut into cubes 2 centimeters. Just going to cut them a bit smaller. Okay, so it's going to cook for 15 minutes. And that gives me a chance to tidy up and chat to you guys, but check the messages. So it's going to cook for 15 minutes, speed 2, and I'm not sure what degrees it's going to get to yet. Hi Sharon, nice to see you. I mean, can't see you. Nice to know that you're on. Hope you're having a lovely Sunday. What are you cooking for dinner? Go a bit closer so that it looks a bit better. Right, I'm going to just check through the rest of the recipe. This is just so easy. So I have rinsed and drained the cannellini beans, but if you were doing this recipe, you could do this step right now. You could also pop away all your used ingredients and go off and do something else, like the dishes or washing, or give someone a phone call. It's pretty amazing that you just have this literal hands-off time. where I put my lid. But anyway. So Sharon, I was thinking about your sensor method, and I thought that was such a good idea. So I am going to do, I think, one more Varoma episode next Sunday, and then after that I'm going to do a sensor one, so that I will find a recipe that we can make and yeah, feature that, because I think that was such a good idea to be able to learn how to do the sensor while you're doing a recipe, not just the setup of it. And of course, if you've got any other suggestions, throw them my way, because I love hearing ideas, or just genuine assistance, I suppose, like just knowing where people are sort of not utilising their Thermomix as much as they would like to, and they just might need that little bit of a confidence boost to go, oh yeah, okay, I'm going to give it a go now that I've seen it being done. So for this recipe, you could serve it with rice or steamed cauliflower. Like you could actually pop the cauliflower on the tray portion of this while the potatoes are cooking. I think I'm just going to give it a go with nothing else. It would be nice with like Portuguese bread, just to dip it in. I'm not sure how saucy this is going to be, but I'm hoping it will have a nice kind of saucy element, but obviously not soupy. So I've just put the liter of water and the dish liquid into this bowl, so it can go on a pre-clean as soon as I've finished. I can hear that it's boiling away. Oh, it's on the steaming function, so I think that's 120 degrees. Yeah, what else was I going to say? I think I might go back to the beginning part. So, has anyone tried any of the Skinnymixers recipes on Cookidoo? I don't think I've tried any others, so I really wanted to give them a go. And I have been watching her latest cookbook. It looks really cool. I haven't bought it yet, but I love her butter chicken recipe that's free on her website. We actually had it a couple nights ago. It's so good with the naan. And I'm going to link this recipe and the meat stock recipe into the comments after the live is finished. And I could probably link the rice recipe as well. I don't think hang on, put it down. Because I do know that a lot of people struggle to find the rice recipe on Cookidoo. And what else does it say? So lower carb version is replace the potato with cauliflower and omit the cannellini beans. So yeah, that's another option for you. And of course you can add any notes in, which we love. Your nutritional value is there. And this is the collection, Skinnymixers, a little taste of. And I'll just show you it, but I will link this collection as well, so you can save it up here or just save whatever recipes you like. And actually I have tried the chicken teriyaki before, so just save a recipe, you just click the 3 dots and you can cook it today, add it to recipe list, which is like your collections, and bookmark it or add it to your week. You can also do the same thing when you do click into the recipe. Chicken chisher, that's such a retro recipe. I remember having it as a kid a lot, but out of a Maggi packet. Yeah. Oh, that looks good. Chorizo crumb, Korean pulled pork buns. Actually, I made this creamy Mediterranean chicken the other week. That was pretty good. I did do the kumara though. Yum. Yeah, she's got some pretty good recipes. And here's some other wintry, autumny type comfort food recipes to check out as well down the bottom. I'm really looking forward to soup and curry season. Oh, hi Pat, so nice to have you on as well. Yeah, Pat, do you have any suggestions? Sharon's always got good ideas. But yeah, if you've got any suggestions, or tell me what you're making. What are you guys having for dinner tonight? And what have you been cooking this week? I think I've made the butter chicken, we've had pizza, we had the meatballs from Meatballs sub recipe with the barbecue sauce. I love the barbecue sauce, and we did that in a pita bread, which is so good. We did that in the Varna pizza oven. I think I've got some here. They just come out so good, and they've got a really nice chewy texture, but also a little bit fluffy. And we like to cut them in half and then put them in the toaster or air fry them just to like warm them and crisp them up a bit, and then fill them with salad or ham and what have you. So that is a really good way to use up the pita if you don't make them all. Eat them all. So I think I made 10 and we still have quite a few left. So yesterday we went to Auckland, came back, and we just sort of had those as like sandwiches pretty much for dinner, which was very delicious. So we have got 4 more minutes to go. I want to show you my latest Thermomix incentive that I earned, and it arrived a couple of days ago. I haven't even opened it yet, but it's still got my label on it. But I earned the second bowl, so now I have got 3 bowls, and it's just going to make cooking so amazing. I can do so much more in the kitchen while I'm in there at once, and I'm very, very grateful, and I just love I don't know, it's so nice to be able to help people get paid and earn the incentives on top, and yeah, it's a really awesome opportunity. I also wanted to let you guys know that on my Instagram account, not my personal one, but just the jules.thermofusion one, I'm doing a giveaway, and it ends this Wednesday. It is, I'm going to give away, hang on, I think I mentioned this last live. I'm going to give away the copy of the latest magazine and then the one previously, and a dough mat, which is sold out on the mix shop. I didn't realise. So I just love these dough mats so much. I've got 2 of them already myself, and I would have earned this one. And yeah, I just wanted to give that away to someone who is following along the page, and I'm hoping to grow both of the pages so that I can help more people, and yeah, and I know that doing these lives can be, you know, really beneficial for people, and it is fun. It's fun to do it. I think it would just be more fun if it was in real life, you know, you had the people right there in front of you. But yeah, the more I think people find out about the lives, the more that they can join in and ask questions, and it can be more interactive. Right, still got 2 more minutes to go. Oh, Pat, which book have you got? Oh, that sounds so delicious. Butter chicken, leftovers into arancini balls. Oh, yum. My mouth is literally watering. So yeah, what did you get the Dinners For book, or have you just got another one of her books? Have you got any meat out, Pat? Like anything sort of semi-planned, or you just don't know at all? I'm just trying to think what... there's some really good risottos and soups that just, yeah, I'm sure you know already. So I think, what have I got on the... One thing that I have been loving is chicken Caesar tacos, and I have sort of started a reel so I can share the recipe, but pretty much you just chuck some chicken in like I did before, mince it with some seasoning, and then you can squish it onto like a tortilla and fry it like the Big Mac tacos. Or the other way I do it is make homemade chicken tenders or nuggets with like breadcrumbs, and that would be like your bread component of the chicken Caesar tacos, and then you make the Caesar dressing in the Thermomix, and you can even chop up the lettuce in the Thermomix, which is quite cool. And then you can do the croutons, but if I'm doing the tenders with breadcrumbs, I don't do the croutons. And then I have grated cheese, which I also do in the Thermomix, and I just put it in the air fryer. You can also just do this on a pan and just put a lump of grated cheese, and you get like these cheesy wafers, and that goes into your wrap. It's so delicious with the Caesar dressing. Right, that is finished. So I'm just going to move the Verona. And here are our potatoes. I think they need a little bit longer, but I do know there is a longer cook time. Okay, so we're going to stir the meatballs with the spatula. So let's have a look inside. I'll get a new spatula. If you don't want to ruin your Thermomix spatula, just get these $2 Kmart ones to have as well. But these meatballs look pretty good. I'm shocked. I haven't cooked meatballs in the basket before, but can you see that? It's a bit hot. Okay, and actually I'll just double check. They are all good. Separate them up a bit, but they look... They're not even saucy, like there's the right amount of liquid that they've just steamed off in with the use of that sauce. Okay, so add the simmering basket the cannellini beans. So we're just going to put that on top. And then we're going to pop back the Varoma, lid, potatoes, okay, so that's going to cook for 5 more minutes, and that should cook through the potatoes pretty easy. Just wipe that down. I might just get a little bowl to serve that up so you guys can see, and I can get a photo this time. Last time I got too excited, served up dinner, ate it, and then realized I didn't get a photo, which I normally use for the cover photo for this. Never mind. Oh, you don't have Instagram, Pat. That's alright. Oh, you have all the dinners book and Skinny Asia. Okay, what is the best one out of those? And do you repeat those recipes often? Oh, you have not made nearly enough from your books. Yeah, I think that's the thing, eh? All of her recipes are really delicious. I just worry about, I have a small kitchen, I worry about getting the book out and like following the instructions, where following on Cookidoo is just so easy, and once you're used to cooking that way, it's hard to sort of go back because you realize how much more admin it is to like keep checking, keep looking, keep pulling up the manual scales to weigh stuff. I don't know, I feel like when you own a Thermomix, you take for granted the ease of guided cooking a lot. So if I had an issue where I felt like the potatoes or the cannellini beans were not cooked long enough, after this is finished, I could tap this 3 dots and click set as current step, so it went back to this step, and then I'll just open up this box and I could add on the time, which is really awesome, especially if you are maximizing the weight, so you're not actually sticking to the recipe weights, you're going above. So you would obviously add in more liquid and then you would do a longer cook time. So if I use, say, 800 grams of chicken instead of the 500 grams the recipe called for, I'd probably have to put the cannellini beans into the Varoma to steam, and then I would also probably have to cook the chicken meatballs for a couple of minutes longer as well. So there's just those sort of variable adaptations you can make, but you just sort of have to think about the liquid and the time frame so that it's all evenly cooked, and then obviously the time to stop and give it a stir in case it needs the food to be rotated a little bit. So yeah, we've still got a minute to go. I feel like you guys need to give me some more ideas of recipes you'd like to be shown, or any sort of cooking techniques that ties in with the Thermomix, because yeah, we're cool to just be a little bit more organized and know ahead what I'm going to be doing, and then I can do it all. Right, almost there. I'm so excited. We have oh yeah, I forgot to tell you that the TM7 is obviously in stock, ready to go. We have got the $250 Prezi gift card, when you purchase a TM7 until the end of this month. And we also have a TM for you where you can earn your TM7 with 4 sales. That is going until the towards the end of May, so that is also an awesome opportunity if you don't want to have to buy your machine. Or you already have a TM7 and you want to earn another one, that is really cool as well. So you can have 2 TM7s. Oh, it's ready. Okay, so we're going to remove the varoma and steam potatoes into the thermoserver. And then the simmering basket. Okay, and then we add it all in. So I'm just going to wash my spatula. Have you guys seen the new thermo jug yet? I've seen some consultants get theirs, so that is going to be really, really exciting to get. Right, let's check the potatoes. Oh yeah, that's pretty good. Okay, so I'm going to pop that in the thermo server. Just check that I've got that in all the way. Okay, can you see how well those meatballs are cooked? I'm actually really impressed with how good those look. Just going to break them up a bit. And then we can pour on a liquid stew element. That is just too easy. I'll just give that a nice stir and then show you guys. Kind of reminds me of like a cowboy stew. Nice and hearty. Need some parsley. Here it is. So good. So I'm just going to check the messages, but thanks so much for joining me tonight. I hope that's inspired you to try another varoma recipe or just try this recipe. And Pat, I really hope you find some inspiration for dinner tonight. Oh, awesome. Great to know that you love the Skinny Asia. I do love Asian food too. Oh, yum. And what are you going to be making from dinners for? Because I saw that she had like a spring roll bowl recipe, which looked really good. I can't remember what else she was making, and I was like, yum, that looks really good. I should get it. I should order it. So yeah, thanks for joining me tonight, guys, and hopefully you'll be back on next Sunday. And yeah, if you've got any more questions, just drop them in the comments, or if you're watching the replay, just let me know, and I'll answer your comments on the post. Thanks. Bye.